Good morning, my honeys. I am back in Toronto.
You make my face go red and my heart racing. I can feel your eyes when you're looking at me. Trying to camouflage, but I still see. You can never hide from me. And you know that when the stars align, you can't hide.
I've officially been back in Toronto for a few days now, and I didn't vlog anything over those past few days because it has been a nightmare. Oh my gosh. But first of all, let me just re-summarize why I'm in Toronto. I am a visitor of the US, so that means I don't have a technical visa. I just have a standard Canadian visitor's visa, which means I am only allowed to ever stay in the US for 6 months at a time. So I have to go back home or go traveling somewhere else before I'm able to re-enter the United States. So of course, the easiest thing for me to do is just come back home, see friends, see family, and just hang out in my own home country, in my own home city. I am currently staying with my dear friend, Rachel Leah. You can check out her channel here. She focuses on a lot of day in the life vlogs that revolve around home organization and fashion and everything to do with the home. Do check her out. She is my sweet friend from Australia living here in Toronto, Ontario. Today is my second day of going out and doing things, and while I'm in Toronto, I have a lot of stuff that I need to get done. I've done a majority of it yesterday, but today I want to do some things that I have been waiting to do until I got back to Canada. One of them is going to the bank. Since I'm only a visitor to the US, I cannot have a credit card in the US. I have to have a credit card from my own country, but I don't want to be using my regular credit card because it's in Canadian currency, and that just costs me a lot more money than it should to put anything on my credit card in the US. So while I was in Texas, I applied for a Canadian credit card that is in US currency so that I didn't have to be subject to all the currency exchanges for every single purchase I made. But they wanted me to activate it in person, and they wouldn't let me do it over the phone or anything. And I'm like, I'm not even in Canada, but okay. So finally I can do that. That's on the list of things to do today. I have to go to the drugstore and get some contact lens solution and some toilet paper. And then I'm actually curious about upgrading my phone. I've had my current phone for about 3 years now, and the battery is starting to be really crappy on it. Like, if I'm using my phone at all, the battery just dies so quickly, and it used to last me like more than 24 hours, but really it's been quite bad lately, and it just really drove me nuts over the past few days of traveling because it was just like, it was a struggle to make sure I wasn't overusing the battery. So even though I had the brightness turned down all the way, I had airplane mode on to not be using battery, to hunt for a service or Wi-Fi, and then also I had battery saver mode on, and still my phone was just dying way too fast, and it ended up causing me a lot of issues at the end of my traveling experience. So before I start going on about that big story of my nightmare travel situation getting back to Canada, let's go run some errands before I get sick of the idea of it. Today's outfit is a dress I have not been able to wear the whole time I've been in Texas because it's just too hot in the summertime in Texas to wear this dress, because literally, like, I go outside, I'm instantly sweating, and I don't want to get like sweat stains all over a pure white dress. It's like so unfortunate because it's literally my favorite dress. I always would get compliments on it because it's kind of like a unique cutout style, but it's only 28 degrees Celsius here in Toronto, while in Austin, Texas, every single day is 38 degrees Celsius. So that is why I'm so happy to be wearing this dress again. And also I'm wearing my favorite Anna Louise necklace currently. It is my Cancer astrology sign pendant. Let's head out to get a coffee. I want to get a coffee, and then I also need to go to the service provider and see if I am eligible for an actual upgrade. It was telling me that I was, but you know how like sometimes they offer you these things and you go there and they say, oh no, actually you're not. So we'll find out, and then go from there. There's a bunch of live music at the St. Lawrence Market today and it is so lovely. I just like, I miss it here. Anyway, I am eligible for a free upgrade. I just have to go to a different store to do it. So I got a coffee break. So I've probably been in the Eaton Center now for about probably over an hour. So I decided to trade in my phone for the new Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is like the newest model of the model that I have. I have the Samsung Galaxy Note S10 Plus. The thing that I didn't realize is that when you trade in, you obviously should probably back up your phone's data before doing anything. I didn't even think about that, so I've left my original phone with the company and the data is transferring, but it said it will take 2 hours. I waited around there maybe for like a half an hour with the guy just chatting, and I started to get pretty hungry and I had to go to the bathroom, so I said, you know what, we'll leave my phone there with you guys. I will try to kill an hour and a half without a phone. So I've come to the restaurant inside of Nordstrom to just chill, hang out, and people watch, and hopefully an hour and a half will go by, and by the time I'm done here, the phone will be transferred over, because the worst thing that could happen is I lose all my data on my phone, which has so many TikToks, so many reels, so much footage, so much Chloe Atelier stuff, everything. So fingers crossed. Let's enjoy some food. It's so good. I got my new phone, so now I am checking out the manga section in Indigo while I wait for Rachel to meet me. So Rachel met me at the mall and we headed on over to, what is it called? Kaku. It's like a Japanese barbecue place that I've been meaning to go to literally the whole time I've been living in Toronto. And like during the pandemic, they were closed down for like 2 whole years. And they finally are open, and I'm here, and we were walking by, and Rachel was like, do you want to just go? I'm like, absolutely.
I do it. I'm like very excited about this.
We're so excited. So excited. So we ordered like shabu beef. Not like shabu shabu, but just like shabu flavored beef. Pork belly, and then spicy pork belly, and then also garlic shrimp, zucchini and asparagus, and then a side of kimchi. And of course wine. How could we?
Wine. Yay. I'm so excited. I gotta cheese this out though. I can't drink without cheese.
Okay.
There we go.
Cheers. It's cooking so fast. Yeah, throw it on. It is the next day. I did not update you guys last night because I ended up being out so later than I anticipated. Like the whole getting a new phone thing just completely took like so many hours, because I didn't think that when you trade in a phone you should probably back up your phone first. So I was at the mall for like probably 5 hours. It was insane. But anyway, got my new phone. I'll update you guys later. I'm in a little bit of a rush right now. Gotta go soon because I am finally, after over a year, usually I do this once a year, well overdue, I'm getting my botox updated for my master jawline muscles. They are uneven. This one's stronger than the other. I'm clenching my teeth so much. I'm grinding my teeth. I'm getting the neck pain, and I can't keep putting it off. Also, I'm gonna ask them about eyebrow Botox for the first time. I've never done Botox anywhere except for my jaw before, but I have noticed over the past 3 years that like my one side of my face just kind of like gave up. Like like this used to be my good side of my face. Like I always used to photo and shoot on this side, but like my eye just is always like half closed, which is apparently like called ptosis, like spelled with a P, ptosis. It's like a whole medical thing where you're like, as you age, your muscle either pulls your eye down by like being too tight or by being like so weak. So we'll see. I'll ask them about it and see what they think. If they think they can't do anything, so be it, but I will ask them anyway and see what their thoughts are with my one side of my face just giving up. So let's go to Bare Beauty Nurses, my go-to nurse injector. I didn't film the process of getting my Botox done, but essentially she said that Botox will not help anybody with ptosis, and it's more of something that you have to fix via surgery. Rachel and I came to the Eaton Center so that I could finish my phone process, and now we stopped in the path on the way back and we picked up some Thai food. Yum, looks so good. We eat here, head home, and then probably when I'm home I'll update you guys on the whole like coming to Canada experience. Giddy up, jingle bell rock. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Under the mistletoe. All right, my honeys, it is another morning. Sorry for so many delays on telling this story, but every single day since I've been back has been surprisingly jam-packed and busy, which has been so amazing and fun for me after 6 months of living in suburbia boonies of Austin, Texas. So anyway, I figured we'll tell the story of my whole trip getting here and how nightmarish it was while doing a little bit of skincare. Speaking of skincare, I always, without a doubt, after a plane ride, I break out in the strangest acne every time. And it's never like from the mask. Like this time it was my whole forehead. I had the biggest pimple in my eyebrow, and then I had a few pimples around here on my face as well. It's the strangest thing because I always make sure not to wear makeup and just like good skincare when I fly, but something about flying breaks me out in the weirdest ways. So I brought some travel-friendly skincare with me. This is what I'll be using today. It's just travel-friendly size stuff. So first off, I'm gonna be going in with my Kosar X Advanced Snail Mucin Eye Cream. I use this just as like an all-over face serum because it's like huge. So starting off, my flight to Toronto from Austin, Texas is a direct flight from Austin, which there isn't many of. It's like kind of rare to find a direct flight. There's usually only one a day. And it always seems to be with Air Canada, which is concerning in these times because if you haven't heard of the Air Canada drama, over the past few months, like people have been losing bags, people have been having major delays. You get where this is going. My flight is for 11 a.m. that day. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. so I have enough time to double check all my luggage, double check everything, eat, have coffee in a relaxed way so it's less stressful. A couple hours after being awake, I get a text message saying my flight has been delayed by an hour. Okay, no biggie, it's an hour. Throughout the day, I keep getting these text messages saying my flight's been delayed because of another flight coming and being delayed, like just other delays affecting other delays. And so that started to get annoying because I was starting to get tired. Like I woke up super early outside of my norm. I usually wake up at 8:30 and it keeps pushing back my arrival time. And I was going to be staying at my friend Rachel's house and I was supposed to arrive in Toronto at 3 p.m. But now by the end of all these delays, it has me arriving at 7 p.m. Okay, not the end of the world. It just means I probably won't be able to have dinner with the girls when I arrive because once you arrive, there's still the going through immigration, there's still the process of getting from the airport to your place of stay. So scratch that. Finally get to the airport. I go through immigration, I check in, go through customs, no problem. Everything's easy, smooth sailing, no big deal. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Versed Dew Point Moisturizing Gel. I don't really love this that much, but I keep it in my travel bag just because it's an easy sized hydrator. And I do have quite dehydrated skin all the time, so just a little bit of that. It's a nice, simple hydrating cream. More like a gel, actually. So about 30 minutes before boarding time, the flight attendants come out and they start saying everybody with carry-on baggage has to submit their baggage for checked baggage. And that right off the bat got me nervous because I specifically didn't check my baggage or check any baggage and I packed really light because I wanted to avoid the whole fiasco of losing my bag because hundreds of people have been losing their bags with Air Canada. And I'm like, I can't lose my bag because I'm gonna be hopping around traveling. I need my things, right? Like anyone does. My laptop was in my carry-on roller bag and they checked it for me. I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna be fine. I've had this happen before. It's not the end of the world, whatever. We board the plane. We're delayed by another 30 minutes. That sets me back to arriving in Toronto at 7:30 now. Whatever, not the end of the world. While we're waiting to take off, I see the luggage people out the plane window unloading the checked baggage that they put on. And of course, I see my carry-on bag being unloaded from the plane, and that, like, I have photo evidence of this. That freaked me out. I was like, oh no, 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 please put my bag back. Like, I need that. My laptop, like, everything's in there. Like, I have nothing. Fortunately, after a few minutes, they put it back on and rolled it back up into the plane. Okay, no worries, it's fine, it's cool, it's cool. I'm just gonna be using this mystery product here. This is the newly developed First Glow Atelier product. I'm not gonna give more hints than that, but I've been using it religiously and I love it. It's done wonders for my skin. Just 2 drops of that. I see my bag go back on. I'm like, okay, we take off, we're flying. It's about 3.5 hours from Austin to Toronto. It's a really short flight, super easy peasy. We land and Toronto is having crazy thunderstorms. So once we land, they say, okay, we're not allowed to deboard the plane because there is lightning warnings. And like, we were an express airline, which means we didn't get one of those like tubes that connects the airplane to the building to deboard. We would deboard on the tarmac. So they said because there's lightning, no staff can go on to the tarmac, so we have to wait till the storm passes, which was so frustrating. So we landed but had to stay on the plane waiting for the storm to pass for about an hour and a half before we could deboard, which was, ooh, it was annoying. I had to pee. But anyway, not the end of the world. We deboard. We go through immigration pretty quickly and easily, which I was surprised about because I've heard so many bad things about immigration and stuff at Toronto Pearson. But fortunately, it was really, really easy for me. My whole flight gets down to baggage claim, and of course, because they made everybody check their carry-on baggage except for like purses, the whole flight, everybody's down there. And I kid you not, I waited 3 hours at the carousel for my bag, and it never came. And a whole bunch of people from my flight, same issue. So we line up at the service counter and they're on the like walkie-talkies, like asking baggage claim, where are the bags for the Austin flight, where are the bags? They say they're coming, keep waiting. I'm like, I'm not waiting 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Like it's the middle of the night. Like no, like it doesn't work like that. After being very, very stressed, calling Honey Boy, them not knowing where my bag is, which has my laptop in it, which has everything on it. It has my hard drive in there, which has everything on it. My clothes, my toiletries, my makeup, everything. But what mattered the most to me and what scared me the most was my laptop, because if that, like, I don't use cloud storage, which is probably not the smartest at this point. I've learned my lesson. If I lost that, that's everything. That's like all of YouTube, that's all of my social media, that's all of Glow Atelier, that's like all other projects gone. So I was really freaking out because I was telling Honey Boy, like, okay, like if I lose my bag, like that's the end of the world. Like that's pretty bad. That's like going to be so impactful. But additionally, like if they do return it to me, but they return it late, I have to go to Vancouver soon. So I don't want to go to Vancouver with nothing and then my bag arrives in Toronto, then I have to go back to Toronto to get my bag. Like, what's going on? I'm just going to be using my favorite SPF. This is the Pacific Fresh Herb Origin SPF 50 PA+++. This is like the best. It's like a really nice creamy whipped texture. I'm not using a full serving of it because I'm going to be using another type of SPF after as well, so it's just going to be like double the SPF. But yeah, I was just like freaking out. I was so stressed. So I ended up submitting a claim because apparently when they lose your bag, you can submit a paper claim at the customer service counter in the baggage claim area, like the baggage pickup area. So I did that, put the value of my laptop on there, which was like $3,000, and went home. Like there was nothing else I could do but go home. So I came to Rachel's really late at night. Fortunately, by the next day, they emailed me and texted me saying they found my bag and they would have it delivered to whatever address I wanted. So I got it sent to be delivered to Rachel's, to me, and it took about a day. So I was really scared because what I heard about Air Canada was that people were losing their bags indefinitely or not getting them for like weeks, for months. So for anybody who is flying Air Canada anytime soon, what I suggest is if you are doing just carry-on to avoid losing your bag, make sure you have a backpack or something just for your laptop and really high valuable items, because if they do surprisingly force you to check your carry-on baggage, you don't want to be like me and risk losing everything of value to you. And additionally, if you do end up losing your bag, make sure that you have an air tag. I really wish I had those Apple air tags in my luggage so that when they told me they didn't know where my bag is, I could just check and see, okay, it is here. I don't have to worry, they will find it here, like it's in Toronto. Lastly, I would say, like, if all of this does happen and you end up losing your bag, don't worry. The chances are they just don't have enough personnel to manage all the luggage that's coming in, and it's just delayed, so you will get it delivered to you within the next day or two. And what's more comforting is they now provide like a tracking service, so when your bag is being delivered to you, you can track it and see that it is on the way, which is really great. So worst thing turned not so bad. So that was just really stressful because like I had to buy a bunch of toiletries. I'm just using my Numbun's In No. 3 Porcelain Base Skip Tone Up Cream in Beige. It's like a SPF tinted cream. It's really nice. Just using a little bit. This is kind of like a little foundation skip. Yeah, it was just really frustrating because like I had to buy like toiletries. I couldn't brush my teeth. I had no panties. Didn't work. Just like really scary stuff. So yeah, that is the partial nightmare. That was my arriving to Toronto, but fortunately I have everything, and I went to Winners yesterday and I bought a bag for my laptop to put under the seat on the plane just in case they do force me to check my carry-on bag again, which I hope they won't. But yeah, I'm never not having my laptop on me ever again at an airport. Just like not worth the risk. That is my Air Canada coming to Toronto story, and that is it for today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I've been getting up to over the past few days of being here in Toronto. I have maybe 3 to 4 more days left here, and then I'm off to Vancouver to chill with my sister and family for a bit. For my last day in downtown Toronto at Rachel's, I really just wanted to go and have a Toronto Island day. You guys know, if you remember the vlogs from every single summer, going to Toronto Island was one of my favorite things to do in the city that you could only do during the summer. Of course, I wanted to do it, but I didn't really film too much of a vlog day there because I was just so tired. That was like 8 straight days of doing so much stuff that I just wanted to relax and enjoy the moment. We have arrived at one of my favorite local St. Lawrence Market Italian restaurants that opened up maybe about a year ago now. I forget what it's called, I'll insert the name here. I've been here about 3 times, and Rachel and I are so excited to have just kind of like a random, somewhat bougie dinner out. We're doing a bottle of wine, some pasta, some apps, you guys will see, but we are excited.
Yeah, I am so ready. We got lobster and then some like ravioli or something, tortellini or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good.